the shortcut way, because I got no gumption. Where's that one? What's missing? This pink strand. Oh wait, here it is. Where's that extension cord? It ain't gonna stay like this. The power was out yesterday for a couple hours, so I used this extension cord elsewhere. Oh, my brain! Remember people used to say you're too smart for your own good?
Yeah. People would say that.
Like, what does that mean? I get it now. I totally get it now.
Now you get it now.
I get it now. I'm too smart for my own good.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard living on this planet.
It is very hard.
It's dissolving. Like so many, because people's spirits dissolved. The infrastructure's dissolving. Like all the systems are falling. They're all crumbling because people couldn't keep it together within themselves. They chose the easier, softer way, and they took money and power and prestige and you know, clout and like, you know, don't you know, all this ego shit, you know, and that didn't fucking, that's not saving freaking ships from running into boats. It's not saving planes from dropping out of the sky. It's not saving freaking roads like dropping into the ocean. That's what's happening in California. There is how many people did they say? I don't know. I read different articles and they have different numbers on them. A bunch of people got stuck in Big Sur because Highway 1 freaking dropped out. It's been doing that as long as I've been alive, and they build it up and it drops out, you know, because you gotta, they don't, when society cares more about money than life, this is what we get, baby. This is what we get. When the whole planet Earth cares more about freaking money than other life forms, then we living in Babylon. And I think that's what happened in like the early 1900s. I was thinking about that today. Like with all the fires and with the last reset or whatever, you know? It's like the men took all the riches and did all the fun shit, and then like poverty dropped out, the bottom of poverty dropped out. There was nobody to turn the wrenches on the pipe to tighten them. You know what I mean? Like there's no one to do the work, and freaking society collapsed. And we're there again. We're right there. I mean, it's so stupid to see fucking ships run into bridges, Mom. And then the same dude that freaking cashed out on the bridge, cashed out on 9/11. I mean, it's just so it's so it's so just designated that this is how life is gonna be. Like, reality's been hijacked this whole time. There's this whole everything's woo-woo, and all these people say, no, it's not woo-woo, man. No, man, that shit ain't real. That shit ain't real. And then they practice the shit that they say ain't real, because they don't want the masses doing it to benefit like them. They don't want everybody benefit. They want everyone that they want them controlled. They don't want them thinking for themselves. They don't want people solving problems. I've had a rough few days. I haven't felt like doing a video. This is the first video I've done in 3 days. And, you know, I thought I was going to struggle because our Aries and Chiron, all this energy, but it's just this Pisces. It's all this Pisces. I can't take showers like Pisces do to rinse off energy. Although when I went to go pay rent today, man, life is so weird. Like, I don't even understand. I live in a weird place. I'm trying to become the vibrational frequency of what I want to live in life because I can't seem to match that vibe. It's like every place I go is worse than the last. It's hilarity, actually. It's kind of fucking funny. I gotta keep a sense of humor about it. Otherwise, I'm melting down like I was doing earlier today. And, go in town early, 4:10. It snowed last night. That's fucking weird. Happy New Year. It snowed last night, April 1st, snow. You know, they just gotta make it nice for those skiers. So they can, you know, it's all for the money. It's all for the money. So, I go into town. It's like 10 o'clock. It's after 10. Go pay rent. Last month, I went and I was on my way into town, and I'm like driving to give her my rent check, and she's like, I'm in Santa Fe. And I was like, what? Okay. What am I? Okay. She said, take it across the street because her sister lives there. And I was like, all right. So today I show up, her car's in the driveway. I ring the doorbell. I call her, leave a message, say I'm out front. Ring the doorbell again, nothing. Right? Go across the street. Her sister's not home. Nobody's home. Then, I was like, well, fuck it, I don't want to come back into town later. I don't want to waste the gas. So I'm gonna just take it up to her son. He works up at the hardware store up the road. So I go up the road, and I was like, is your mom around? Because I call her, and it's like, says her phone's out of service. She just had it shut off, but I thought it was out of service. I was wrong. And he called, and he's like, yeah, it's off. I was like, all right. And he said, you can just give it to me. And I said, okay. I said, I went to take a shower this morning in hot water, and there's no hot water, like none. And then I show him a video of what I recorded from under the pipe that's broke underneath the hot water heater. And he's like, all right, because he works at a hardware store, and he used to manage like a place. He was the maintenance dude for like 10 years or some shit at some place in town. I mean, so he's handy. And so he's like, well, I'm getting off work earlier these days, so I'll be able to come home and look at the parts and then come back and get them. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. Like, I have no say. Like, what am I mean, I just accept everything. I think I'm finally getting to that point that maybe I might just stop fighting everything and just, okay, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Because I accept God's will in my life because, I didn't want to see the landlady. And I didn't have to. And I was so happy that I didn't have to see her. And I could just tell her son what was wrong with the heater because she freaking gets all twisted up. And, like, I'm like, this place is 40 years old. I just happen to be the person that this shit's dissolving under, That's how, stuff ain't built to last. They want it to break so they have people to replace it. But now now in life is everybody went and spoiled their fucking kids the last 2-3 fucking decades. So nobody knows how to freaking turn a wrench to freaking fix stuff. I mean, there's little pockets of people here and there, but enough to sustain the infrastructure of the united country. I mean, I guess it's just that's what they do. They just decimate everything and then rebuild how the next vision, how they see it. I mean, I lived in Omaha. I can't tell you how many times they just like, there's all this need in the world, and if they just misappropriate their funds and just waste it on bullshit, then they're appeasing their demigods. Then they're, it's just all gross. I had kind of a meltdown with my Earth Angel today because I'm like, I can't believe the bullshit. Because on my way home, it's like 11 o'clock. And, see, it don't take long for that heater to take the chill out of this room. Huh? No, hot. I got one more layer I can take off. And so I'm on the way home, and she's like, I'll be out later this week. so she can do an inspection, make sure the place is clean enough. And I was like, all right. So, I know she doesn't know that this thing is broke yet. So I'll just let her son tell her. Just people like to stress me out. They just like dance, puppet, dance. Like they don't have control over in their life, so they just like to watch me spin and twirl, And I'm just trying to stay peaceful. I'm just trying to just keep the peace. And that's the thing is like, dude, I have been to, 20 years ago, I was literally in a war. Like, where big planes bombed and killed a whole lot of people that had no business dying. All for profit. All for and they're doing the same. That's all they people that don't have practical skills, they're like, well, let's figure out how we can make a lot of money by doing shit we like. What do we like? Well, let's see. We like destruction. We like mayhem. We like pillaging. We like all the perversion stuff that goes along with it. We like all those. So what can we? Oh, okay. We'll make people believe in an idea, and we'll call it freedom. And we'll tell everyone that they have to support people with guns and weapons and do it all in the name of the word freedom. And us sappy hearts ate it up. I believed them. I love my country. I'm going to defend my country. Blah, 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 blah. Do you know how many dudes freaking went off to war and it was like a paid vacation? And they like, but hey, baby, I'm shipping off. You may never see me. You might want to give it up, because you never see me again. And they're all freaking just, finding all the other women wherever they are. Because all is fair in love and war. I didn't know that gay in a way was a thing, but it's a thing. Married men going off in times of war and having their man love affairs. This is shit that fucking people talk. This is all stuff. I don't want. Okay. I'm just gonna put on the music and chill. No woman, no cry. Listen to a little, All right. Peace. That's what I'm trying to talk about today. So, I saw a reel. I sent it to my friend. I've been watching TikTok a lot lately. And, well, not a lot. Just more than I never watched it before, and now it's like replaced anytime I ever spend on Facebook, because I'm over Facebook. I can't stand that it's so lame. It's such a cesspool. Anyway, the vibe got seedy and way bad. Anyway, so I sent my friend this video. She likes to do walkthroughs, the landlady, to make sure and I keep it clean because I ain't going to give nobody reason to bitch about it, right? About nothing. So, and I was even trying to, like, what day do you want to come walk through? She's like, I'll be out later this week. I said, okay, what day? I have a couple appointments this week. Like, commit to something. Because I live in Taos and people are so fucking flaky. They can't commit to anything because it all depends on how they feel. It's like no accountability. I've never lived in a place where where the whole community has lacked such integrity. They call it Taos time. No, it's not Taos time. It's your cute little way of letting people off the hook for being fucking flakes. It's not okay. So this video, so I was like having a meltdown because I'm like, I can't believe this shit that I gotta put up with when I'm fucking gonna be 50 years old. I've been in fucking military, I've been in wartime. I've been through hell. I've gone through all this shit. I'm college educated. I'm not a fucking idiot. You know, I put up with a lot from living here and just turn the other fucking cheek and fucking ignore and all that shit, and this bitch just keeps wanting to put me through it, and I'm just like, dude, if we were in the desert and she and I were in hand-to-hand combat, it wouldn't turn out for her favorable, and that's okay, see? That's okay. You can harm people over here, but over here you go to jail, and that's why veterans are like, what the fuck? Because there were never any weapons of mass destruction. We never have, it's all their freaking, their religious bro club, horse crap, nonsense that the majority of the planet cares nothing about because we weren't paying attention, and now people are. And then I gotta see reels like this. I'm not gonna put the video on TV. I don't know what this slider puzzle thing is. This is a new one. I'm so sick of fucking planet Earth. It's so stupid. It's just like, it's retarded because it impedes progress. So this dude right here, he's out here, right? He's out here throwing rocks around. He's just pushing rocks around, right? He says, or this is Hospice Lens. It says, when you rest your head on your pillow tonight, remember those less fortunate who fought for our freedom. Joe is someone's son, brother, uncle, grandson. Joe is hurting badly and alone through his own actions he thinks are unforgivable. Joe was ordered to kill by the United States Army. Opposite of what his grandmother raised him to be. He is haunted. Our veterans continue that fight daily, some 30 years later. Ask a veteran to tell you about their time in the military. You will instantly see facial expressions change because it's all bullshit. Nobody has to die. We could have heaven on earth. Cooperation is nature's way. I'm just like Joe. I just have managed to keep it together for Mom and the dogs. It's getting harder. It's getting harder. I'm not gonna lie, it's getting hard. And then little things happen like today where it worked out and I was like, thank you, God. Okay. Little wind in my sail. Little, keep going, rally, keep going. Just keep doing the next right thing, right? I go to the grocery store, I got 3 big old chicken legs and thighs for $2.87. I was like, yes, cool. It's the little things. You gotta hang on to the little things, because, man, so many people are waking up. It was beautiful. I heard this dude, his testimony, all this testimony everywhere. Why am I a 10-year-old kid, doing all this truth about the churches, all this truth about child labor, all this truth. Everybody's sharing their truth. And see, because people that keep secrets, what people are looking to do is become authentic, and people that keep secrets, that ain't authentic. That's why I tell every shitty thing I've ever done. It's in one of my videos. I have professed every stupid thing I've ever done in one of my videos. So I put it all out there. And then I live in a way that I don't live that way no more. I don't carry no shame or guilt for the way I used to live. I just honor the pain that I don't cause others by not living that way anymore. So there was a cool synchronicity that happened a couple days. Let's see, yesterday was the 31st, so it was that I freaking hate holidays, man. They're so dumb. Power went out. I even thought about going into the park, and I was like, no, I got a feeling. I listen to my gut feelings because I know what happens when I don't. So I listened to my gut feeling, and I didn't go into town, and about 2 o'clock, boom, power goes out. And I was like, fuck. Thank you, God, for the generator. Because it's starting to get like warm in the warm part in the afternoon for the dogs and stuff. And Luna was cool back and back, so I had to drag out the generator. Thank God we had it. And Mom, we just watched Longmire. And I just don't like the noise. Because I worked on the flight line. So I put on my headphones. I didn't even listen to music. I just kind of puttered around. But the day before, I listened to this Ram Dass talk. It was pretty freaking cool because it's like how to respond and not react. Artie's telling me it's time for his pill. And that's what I want to do in life is like ever since I was a little girl, I dissociated so many damn times. I'm just kind of watching life. But like today, I get so caught up in it. In the vibrational frequency. Like my frequencies get spin up and then like there's emotions over here that match those frequencies and then things happen or I try to create things it's all so I gotta calm down, take it easy, simmer down now. And but a cool synchronicity, this Ram Dass talk I was listening to. I wonder if it'll pop up if I find it. Go girl. I don't know if it's gonna come up. It's a whole series, Ram Dass. I was like, I like how to be responsive, not reactive. Here it is. He was talking about his guru and stuff like that. Oh, somebody said Sadhguru was sick. Like he's failing. His health is failing. He lived that best life. I saw him in Seattle. I got a picture of him in my phone. He's looking right at me. He's looking at me. See, I just went to Seattle so he could see me. Anyway. So I looked him up, Ram Dass. And then I was like, his birthday's April 6th. And then so I look up his stats because so some of us are that's what I do is I see stuff, I get weird kids stuck on it, I learn everything I can about it, and then put it in the memory bank. You know what I mean? And then I relate it to other people, give them the opportunity. And that's how I relate to people on planet Earth. And so, he passed away not that long ago. Like, he came on my radar, I don't know, probably last year or something like that. But I think 2019 he died. But I look him up. And I was like, wow, his birthday is April 6th. And then I see where he's born. I'm going to have to take Luna out, but I'm going to get as far as I can. She's just... Okay. Ram Das. Born April 6, 1931, Boston, Massachusetts. That's the 40th latitude. Incongruence, that's where my buddy Carl lives out there. Incongruence, I lived on the 40th parallel in Reading. Why did you pick Reading? Because Chris and that Judy live there?
No,
Huh? Is that why you picked Reading when we moved up there?
no, there was another one.
There's somebody else? And then he died in Maui, Hawaii. And I'm like, okay, so, all right, April 6th, he's an Aries. I said, and then I looked up, and I knew that Boston already from previous history was the 40th parallel. And then so I look up Miami. Because I'm like, I ain't never been to Hawaii. I ain't never been to Miami. So what is it there? It's 20. Well, when I was in Operation Iraqi bullshit, though, I was on the island of Crete. Which, incidentally, it's tripping me out with all this Chiron and Aries and Pisces and stuff. Because oh my lawn. Anyway. And Chiron and Aries, or Crete, is the 20th latitude. And then I was looking, and I remember, like, that Popeye movie that I watched. I used to watch. That's why I got this for Robin Williams. They actually did. That was some weird witch. There was more to that. I would love to go find the ant hole to that, because they made that in Malta. Isn't that like the Knights of the Malta? Isn't that Knights of the Malta? Isn't that like another brotherhood club? See, that the whole world is run by secret societies, and the deck is stacked, and we're like little freaking pawns in their weird freaking games. I modified my coat. I put an A where the O is, so it says U.S. Air Force. Because it's all bullshit. Whoa. They take stuff from Hollywood. Boom, boom, boom. It's just boom, boom, boom. Only real people die. I mean, it's the same explosives to make people believe something in Hollywood. It's the same explosives. Only here it's okay. Only there it's okay, but it's only certain people can use it. I'm so glad to hear people's testimonies. That people really are waking up. All this kid stuff, dude, I heard a freaking weird, because the stuff that comes up in my stuff is the shadow side of freaking life. I get a lot of kitty videos, but I also get like a woman go, well, it happened to me. And she's a truck driver, and she's showing a truck stop, and she's like, no, it didn't happen at the truck stop that I'm showing you. It happened at another one that she was going into the bathroom late at night that she doesn't do often. But she strategically parks herself to be safe, And she and some dude grabbed her, and there was, like she said, a bull loader and a flatbedder, like, saw her because she freaking kicked, she screamed, she flailed, she was not going to go without a fight. And then they called the police, and dude had a rap sheet and freaking had all kinds of he was going to do her dirty. He was going to do her dirty. There's a lot of dirty because there's too many people that care about dirty. And they don't got no emotional control, so the world's all dirty, creepy, gross. Put it in your butt. Not me. I'm a fucking prude, dude. Exit only system. Nothing enters this system. Nope. So, anyway, I thought that was cool. And then I was like, oh, you know who else's birthday is on April 6th? Is Amanda Bynes. She's been in the news a lot lately. She's like coming back on social media and stuff like that. And I always like that movie, Just One of the Guys. And then I think I have it on DVD or something like that. Because she was goofy and zany and kind of remind me of me. And I knew I had a shit childhood. And then now come to, it's like you can see things in people. There is trauma bonds. Like you can bond through people by just having her. Like, of course, people aren't that like everything's great. Mommy, daddy took care of me. Nothing weird or creepy, or I never saw anything bad happen. You got to. Your life was secular, and you got to rely on the patterns and cycles, and there's so many of us that would have loved to live that way, but our paths were different, and we learn to care about others as we care about ourselves, and the people that just want more and more for their creature comforts, and now frickin', there's consequences to that. A couple that just lost their life from on the plane crash. I mean, there's like, now is not the time to be traveling. People should not be traveling and playing. Like, now it's like, okay, we got freaking some shit at home to take care of. Some spring cleaning and get some stuff in order. That's what now is. But it's not going to happen that way. And people are going to go out because the weather's nice. And they're just going to go back on their cycles. And it's going to be costly. And more souls will perish. Turnover, more turnover. And then I looked up Amanda Bynes a while ago, because all her that stuff was like, I was in the military during all that stuff. So I mean, I was in college, like that was not on my radar. I just like that. What is that one show that she was on with Jenny McCarthy? I can't remember it now, but I'd like have it on when I'd go to bed. I'd fall asleep with TV on. That'd be on. I thought it was cute. And I thought Nick Cannon was funny. And then all of a sudden he's like, I must spread my seed everywhere. Because there's always, Nick Cannon's having his 12th child. Nick Cannon's having. It's like, Jesus, dude. There's some psychology tied up with that. Passing around that bloodline. And then, so Amanda Bynes was born in Thousand Oaks, California. Mary, I think that was the last time you saw your friend Mary, Ma. Was at her baby shower. But we went down there. We made it. We saw her. We were there for her baby shower. Never met her kid. Her kid's probably 30 now. Yeah. 35, whatever. But Mom taught me to show up for people. Mom was and then AA drove it home. You just suit up and show up. But I always showed up anyway because, like, home was boring or home was scary or home was unsafe. So I would always go hang out at the school and stuff, and, like, during the summer, and, like, help the janitor and help unpack books, stuff like that. What else? See, I always feel better when I do these talks. It's like I get my energy, I get it, my yah-yahs out there. So Thousand Oaks, but that is the 34th parallel with this plus or minus 2 from the third. And I was actually born on the 34th parallel. Mikey has a new friend. He goes through people, man. I guess I kind of do too. But I got friends. No, that's not necessarily true, because I got Mr. Iskey. He's been my friend since I got to Offit in 2020 or 2001. I go way back with people. It's just a lot of people, they're just so caught up in their own worlds, that in their own lives, that they don't have any room in their lives for me. Like, how many times have I had some people tell, like, they'll be talking about it, like at AA or something. I'll go, I'll be like, hello, I'll just go up and greet people or whatever, and people will be talking amongst themselves about, like, some party or whatever coming up, and then they'll be like, it's just a family thing. Okay. My brother treats me like it's just a family thing and me and Mom aren't welcome. Isn't that funny? It's interesting. Life is a trip, man. I'm just really trying to go along and just look at it like as a like just what like be the observer is what I'm trying really hard to do. And I did it pretty good today. Like I said, Marge, I'm not going to get worked up today. I'm not going to flip. I don't care what anybody does on the road in front of me. I'm not going to get riled up. I'm not going to flip nobody off. And I didn't. And I was like, yes. I didn't, because sometimes I'll say it and then like something will happen and I'll forget that I said that I set that goal. So, and people are not polite, and I thought it was going to be like extra busy because it's evidently, you know, people ate so much ham and potatoes and stuff yesterday that they need an extra day off to recover. Man, people just don't like to like work. Now people are getting all, now they raise the, we'll see, because it's an experiment. They said that this would happen, let's say, because when I was growing up, I listened to what the people told me, and they said, you know, $20 an hour, you know, if you set like free market's better, right? Like when you make, like there's consequences. When you control things and people, there's consequences to that. Yeah, there's power that comes with that, but people don't even consider and think about the consequences that come with playing God. Because if you try to manipulate, dominate, and control, that's pretty much what people are doing, is they're playing God. And they're not thinking about what's best for everybody. They're only thinking about themselves. But the gloves are off all over social media. I follow, because I live in New Mexico, man. It's a freaking, this place is a freaking trip, dude. This place is a freaking trip. So, like, all the people that are, like, make fun of they call her, what do they call her? Tia Tubby. Aunt Tubby. Tia Tubby is what they call the governor. Let's see if I can. How did he die? I read Be Here Now before. See, because I always hung out with all mom hung out with all the metaphysicals and stuff. Grandma had all that, like the, you know, like the Zig Ziglar, and then my brother had me read the freaking Richest Man, like all, not fun books, but I got little tidbits from each of them. How did he die? Oh, he went to Stanford. His guru died on 11 September. That's when Jesus really died. Oh, he denounced Leary in 1974, and then they reconciled in 1983. Before Leary died in 1996. Leary died the same year my grandpa died. He had a stroke that left him in 97 with expressive apalachia, so he couldn't make expressions. Which he interpreted as an act of grace. Your stroke is giving me. It says the stroke was giving me lessons, and I realized that was grace, fierce grace. Death is the biggest change we face, so we need to practice change. Then he had his second stroke in 2002 or 4. He lived to be in his 80s. What did he was talking in that talk I was listening to? Oh, he died the same day. No, the day my grandma died December 23rd. He died December 22nd. he talks about awful grace. And like how when his mom was at the end of her life, she began to suffer, and she was like, see, I'm such a proponent. Like, I don't want people to hurt. And because I hurt all the time. Like, I freaking broke down crying today because I was in so much pain and I can't do the things that I do to make myself feel better because I can't take a hot shower right now, and I can't, and like, and so I'm gonna use the ball. I'll use the ball later, but it's taken its toll on me, and so I'm like with the dogs, that's the thing, is like, as long as their quality of life is good and they're not hurting too bad, because I hurt all the time, so I know what it's like, but they don't seem to be in a lot of pain, keep them comfortable. And Mom too, like, Ma, you don't hurt a lot, huh? You did when you were younger though. You went through your hell with all your foot surgeries and Papa like stretching them and moving them and stuff like that, doing your PT. So anyway, it's gonna be harder to find peace, to get it. I mean, I know how to get it. I meditate enough. I can drop down in an instant. I get so worked up about stuff, I just hope I can keep the awful grace, or, amongst the times that other people are going through their calamities. Or I hope that if I'm going through calamity in life, that there's going to be useful people around that are going to, recognize me. But that lady that on that video where that Joe dude, we're just doing it's just freaking awful. But I had written a comment on there. Let's see. Hospice Lens is the page. 20 years ago, this is what I wrote. 20 years ago, I was on the island of Crete for Operation Iraqi Bullcrap. We never have any business killing people overseas. And she said, powerful words. I said, thank you for seeing them. I get ignored a lot. So much Pisces and Chiron and Aries, man. Hopefully this is my last go around. I don't have no kids, so if all the dogs can pass, with not being scared, and they're happy. That's the thing, is people's demons make other people scared. That's not fair to put that on other people. I get there's a lot of folks that are real hurt. And we're moving into a time where there's going to be a lot of masculine energy. And energy doesn't have anything to do with sex or gender. I have always had more masculine energy. If you go to Astro Cafe, you can put in your stats and it'll give you a little picture. And you can see like where your masculine and feminine energy is, and where your air is, where your mutable is. See, that's why I'm so persuasive. I'm like 6 mutable. I'm more masculine than feminine. And I've been fortunate in my life that I can recognize when men have more feminine in them too. But I don't think people need to cut their bodies up and change themselves to be able to live openly in their energy expression. I mean, when I was a little girl, I wanted to be a boy so I could go pee in the woods. That's how 6 and 7-year-olds think, And I know people can be okay, because I mean, essentially, I'm kind of okay with all that I've been through, I heard the freaking a terrible story earlier about a young girl who's trying to get all the systems to see that there are people that are, there are creeps out there, dudes that are getting freaking women to have babies just so they can do terrible things to those babies and have parties with their friends to do terrible things with, like, the ugliness in the world. I'm not saying every group has like been infiltrated by evil, but there are people that battle with darkness and do queer weird, because they're in every group, and we're finding out how what the cover up has, the extreme the cover up has been, you know. I mean, you don't, there's just way that we should be living, and there's a lot of people been benefit from convincing us to live away like 9 to 5s. I'm so glad all that stuff, like the patriarchy and all that stuff, is falling away. I'm a little concerned about the future because I don't really see a lot of great leaders. You know, I don't see a lot of wonderful, stellar leaders out there in the world. So, let's see. Yeah, I got Mercury, Jupiter, and Venus in Pisces. Thank goodness my Uranus is in Libra. Capricorn, Lilith. And then I got Pisces in my 10th at MC. Aries in the 11th, 24th degrees. I thought that was backwards. You want to go walk around? Anyway, I got 6 masculine and 4 feminine. And then I got no earth. So, that's my alchemy. It's amazing. I've had the restraint in my life that I've had. Huh? It's amazing. That I didn't just go, Brr! Snap, when so many people that have been through so much less. I found my old blousing straps. I came across the last pair of pants that I had. They still had them in when I was in the Air Force. I just took them off and put them in a bag. They still had the blousing straps in them. So I could wear them. I could wear them with my pants now. Make it look like I have knickers on. That's kind of cool. Even it's a trick. Even the cargo pants. They don't even in most military men. Well, back then they sew the pockets closed. They don't even use the cargo pants. Anyway, I think I've talked long enough. You getting hungry, Mom? Yeah. Want some chicken? Hi, Peta. Huh. Peta's here. That was nice to see Peta. Peta's down in Australia, Ma. Peta's in Australia, watches my YouTube talk sometimes. Down in Australia.
She's living there?
Yeah. And they say talk about how crazy it is down there. Man, it's scary. Like, man, dude, I don't want to go. I never wanted to drive up Highway 101 or down Pacific Coast Highway 1. That's like all trendy shit. That's like, I guess I was too busy having my own ideas than pick up other people's, huh, Ma? Yeah. And I'd go along with other people's, but still it'd be like, this is dumb. Why do people do, like, why do I got to work so hard so some guy I never will meet can make, can buy 8 houses and go on vacation and never work? I never understood that stuff. Planet Earth is real weird, Ma. It got real weird. But anyway, I feel better. Yeah. Yeah, I feel better. I don't like it when the moon's in Capricorn either. That's not fun for me. Anyway, that's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. I hope